Jake, what's the latest from the scene there?
Jake, why are some residents concerned with this proposal?
This fire is so unpredictable. I was out there earlier along the fire line near Crash Island Road and Lee Road. Tom, it appears that one of the main issues is when people on 167 turn left to go south on 231, they're not making it to the other side of the median and head south in the northbound lanes. We're going to try History Class Brewing Company to try to find our first character. Again, this is a completely family-friendly event for anyone to come in. The fire, as you can see behind me, is way back there, a giant plume of smoke, but this was able to carry all the way over here, over by the DuPont Bridge. Normally where I'm standing, I'd be about knee-deep in water right now, but instead I'm completely dry and things like the seagrass are visible since the water has receded. The tornado picked up this storage shed and flipped it upside down into the neighboring yard. As you said earlier, the good news is that Star Avenue, Knee-High, Tram Road, so far nameless fire, they were able to get a handle on it really quickly, already at 45% containment. Members of the Bay District School Board who sit in these seats may soon find their days numbered if a new piece of legislation is signed into law. The MQ-9 Reaper unmanned aircraft project is soon to be replaced by newer, more up-to-date technology. And Tyndall stands a good chance at being a host location. Amy, prosecutors say while George Perez didn't fire at Ross himself, he is considered to be the mastermind behind the robbery attempt, nicknamed the King by his co-defendants. You can hear the echo in my voice as I walk through the over 140,000 square foot space Central Maloney is moving into. He will take the position of current Florida House District 5 Representative Brad Drake, who will be termed out come November after serving 8 years. Amy? Teachers say they felt lowballed during negotiations with the school district earlier this month. Tonight, the rallying cry was, "We can't walk out, but we can show out." And this time, teachers waved signs and chanted right outside Bay District Schools Administration Building. On the eve of another day of salary negotiations between the school district and the teachers union, educators made their voices heard right outside the Nelson Building.
We're still here. We're still working. We're committed to continuing to go back and forth with the district until we find an equitable, shared solution. We don't want to take them to the cleaners or break the budget, but we do want a fair living increase for the teachers of Bay County.
Many felt underappreciated by the school district's offer at negotiations earlier this month.
The ask is that we be given a raise that does a better job of keeping pace with inflation. We know the district can't hope to match the rate of inflation, but for the last several years, as we've supported them in rolling out the governor's minimum salary, it's always been with the understanding that once we hit that and the rules changed, that more money would be allocated to veteran teachers.
But Bay District Schools Communications Director Sharon Mahalik says they haven't yet hit the $47,500 minimum pay rate. Instead, the number is currently only at $45,600.
We are still not at the governor's minimum salary. And until you get to the governor's minimum salary, there's a lot of directives about where the money can be spent. And the bulk of the money has to be spent at raising that beginning teacher salary, which unfortunately doesn't leave any money or hardly any money for those veteran teachers that have been teaching for a long time.
Second grade teacher Dana Quarton hopes a solution can be found soon.
Best case scenario is that we can get this done tomorrow, put this to bed, get our contract out to be ratified by our members, our bargaining unit. If that's not what happens, we will continue to go back and forth. We will continue to bargain because we're here to help our teachers and do what is best for our teachers. We're not going to stop.
Just keeps growing. We're leaving.
Carol Wiggins and her family live in Kynard, east of County Road 12. The Bertha Swamp Road fire has been actively burning in multiple spots. Behind me, fresh smoke is pluming southwest of County Road 12. She says they have been watching the Bertha Swamp Road fire very carefully and made the call that it was too close for comfort.
We've been kind of getting ready since yesterday, but as it gets closer, we are packing up everything that is vital to us, and we're going to head out hopefully here in the next 10-15 minutes.
Wiggins says she wasn't expecting the fire to double in size overnight. Fire officials from all over the state are doing everything they can to help fight the flames.
Right now with the wind shifting and everything like they're doing, we're nervous about it, encroaching on houses here in Calhoun County. Right now there's no houses in danger, but with what the fire done yesterday, we're really concerned that if it grows in size like it did yesterday, that we may have a problem this afternoon.
But Daniel stresses that there are currently no mandatory evacuations.
It is an optional evacuation. We don't want to pull the trigger on that yet. We're still waiting on to watch the weather, see what it does. If it gets across Road 12, then we will make some decisions there in order, to get residents and citizens safe.
Wiggins, however, didn't want to take any chances.
It's just the unknown it's heart-wrenching because, our whole life is right here. And just knowing that, when we wake up tomorrow, it may not be here.
In Calhoun County, Jake Holter, News 13, Panhandle Strong. Sonny Fortunato has been raising chickens with his wife for more than 2 decades. His roost produces eggs for his family and some of his neighbors and friends. But with sky-high egg prices that show no signs of dropping, Fortunato decided to ramp up production.
We amped up our operation because of the need, the local need. We have, like I said, we have a lot of hometown folks. They don't necessarily like the big box stores, but now that the big box stores are going up in prices, there's no reason for us to, hurt anybody. So, we're not doing it for the money part. In fact, mostly we give a lot of our product away.
As part of the expansion, these 2 300-gallon water troughs will soon hold another 150 baby chicks each.
We have 19 hens right now that are laying. And we have about 500 we'll be getting over the next 4 or 5 months. So we're waiting on a delivery, and we're hoping to get 100 today or tomorrow morning. And then we have another 80 or 100 coming the end of this month.
Right now, the Fortunatos produce between 12 and 15 eggs a day, but that number will soon be dramatically higher.
We plan on producing about 300 eggs a day. Over the next, 20 weeks, they should reach maturity. So we're hoping to have about 300 eggs a day.
Fortunato plans to sell the eggs under current market value at around $4 a dozen. In Jackson County, Jake Holter, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
I came on my sandals because when we see a whole group of people running, we're gonna run. We're not gonna sit there.
Rowdy crowds gathered in large numbers throughout Panama City Beach last night, prompting many businesses to close their doors. Local fine dining establishment Firefly closed 3 hours early Saturday night.
Tell people that have their anniversary dinner or their birthday dinner, scheduled at, an 8 o'clock reservation. I got to call them and say, hey guys, we got to cancel you. That birthday and anniversary only comes around once a year. So it's you got people that came into town for it. Those decisions aren't taken lightly, but at the end of the day, you got to be concerned about, public safety and the safety of your staff.
The manager of the Pink Pelican ice cream bar says they had hardly any business Saturday night because of the crowds.
Last night there was just mayhem. There was people all over the sidewalks, enough to where people couldn't freely walk through the sidewalk.
Some were concerned when word spread that Walmart and Waffle House had closed early.
When you got Walmarts and Waffle Houses, and when you have, things that don't ever shut down and shutting down, there's a problem.
Like they went to Walmart, messing up Walmart. So that part is messed up, how they came down here and caused a ruckus, because we just came to have fun, not to mess up what everybody had going on. Because people still live here, people still have lives at the end of the day.
The Panama City Beach Police Department released a statement saying, quote, "We are aware of the social media videos that are circulating, and like you, we believe the behavior of the people in these videos is reprehensible. With that said, what you don't see in those videos is the response to those incidents and the efforts we took and are taking in an attempt to hold the criminals accountable."
It's a shame if somebody came down here and knew this was their first visit to Panama City Beach, and they're going to walk away thinking this is the norm, and it's not. So that to me is why we try to get a handle on this as quick as possible, because it can't continue to happen.
In Panama City Beach, Jake Holter, News 13, Panhandle Strong. The midterm elections are now just 2 days away. The latest ABC News Washington Post poll shows the economy and inflation are 2 of the most important issues for voters as they head to the polls on Tuesday. Here's ABC's Mary Alice Parks with the latest on the battle for control of Congress. Hospital admissions double as an uptick in flu cases prompts some hospitals to put up overflow tents in their parking lots. The so-called triple-demic has doctors concerned as it's not even the peak virus season yet. ABC's DeMarco Morgan gives us an update on the status of the numbers across the country. A couple of aquanauts were in the Panhandle this weekend. Several divers from the Sea Lab experimental journey gathered together for Veterans Day and to share their stories. News 13's Courtney Evan had a chance to talk with a few of the divers earlier today. Some Arctic air coming out of the central United States will keep temperatures down for the latter part of the week. Definitely colder commutes Thursday and Friday, so make sure you're bundling your kids up as you send them to the early morning bus stop. But but it won't be sticking around for too long. As you can see, that cold then gets staved off moving into the weekend. We should be drying out for the next couple of days, but there is a chance for rain again coming up midweek. We'll tell you what you can expect after this.